the benefits that vaping brings to many, many smokers. There are a lot of smokers who do want to quit, just as, of course, there are many people who want to keep on smoking. But if you want to quit, vaping is quite a good way of going about it. In the last 4 years, there's been quite a dramatic drop in smoking rates in this country. And that has coincided with an explosion in the number of people who've switched to vaping. So it would be completely ludicrous to ban it in public places.
Well, it's been banned in many countries already, and with good reason. People say that it's less harmful than cigarettes. Maybe so, but it doesn't mean to say it's not harmful. And while you say, Simon, a lot of people have given up smoking, a lot more people have taken up vaping. What's the difference? You're still smoking. You're still smoking nicotine.
That's absolute nonsense. It's not smoke, for heaven's sake. Why do you call it smoking?
Nicotine is a toxic substance. It damages fetuses. It causes brain damage and has been shown to cause developmental damage in people's brains under the age of 20. It's a toxic, addictive drug. You are still smoking.
But again, there are e-liquids that don't give off any odour at all. So people can vape very, very quietly without inconveniencing other people.
Okay.
Which we don't ban.
But if I'm having a cup of coffee, I'm not forcing somebody else next to me to have a cup of coffee. I've sat in cafes with my one-year-old son, and people have sat there vaping next to me. They give off, you know, a lot of smoke, and my son is ingesting that smoke.
That's not true for the vast majority of vapers.
He hasn't got a choice. If you want to harm your own health, by all means do it. Don't harm the health of other people, particularly children.
Nobody wants to see children smoking and probably not vaping as well. But if you
Probably not.
Well, probably not, in the sense that if I've got children, for example, and I wouldn't want them as teenagers to smoke. But if there's a choice between smoking and vaping, surely you would suggest that probably vaping is by far the better thing to do, because children are always going to experiment. And there is no evidence, for example, that children are using vaping as a gateway to tobacco, so there's no risk there.
Great. No, because after we introduced a smoking ban in this country, there were a lot fewer smokers.
Not true.
It is true.
It had hardly any impact on smoking rates.
It's making it harder for people to smoke, not easier. Smoking is an addiction. Whether you choose to do it through a pen or a cigarette, OK, there might be fewer carcinogens in an e-cigarette. However, you don't know what you're buying when you're buying an e-cigarette online. There could be all sorts of harmful chemicals you don't know about. It's not regulated.
True, but we've got to have evidence-based policy. Now, at the moment, Public Health England and the Royal College of Physicians, they say that vaping is 95% less harmful than smoking cigarettes. So why would any policymaker introduce a ban on vaping in public places? It would be totally ridiculous.
These vapes, as like the Alcopops, things that are inspiring and being very attractive to teenagers. Her 14-year-old is constantly asking to vape and for a vape because
probably because they think it's a safe version of smoking.
But his friends at school are doing it as well. And that's the thing, isn't it? You're getting the sense that the way the marketing is going and the way that we're talking about vaping now, that actually it's quite good for you. It's not going to do any harm.
Well, I don't. Hang on. Nicotine's potentially addictive, yes. But as Kate said, nicotine is perceived as no more harmful than caffeine, and we don't ban caffeine. And, you know, we've got to get away from this whole idea that nicotine is a dangerous drug. It simply isn't. For many people, it's simply a perk-me-up drug that gets them going in the morning and everything. And so we've got to move away from this and accept that there will always be people who want to experiment, try different things. And for a lot of people, vaping is something they get a lot of pleasure out of, they enjoy it.